Wow.
Hey everybody, welcome to Wulff Den Live, episode 40, the one where we don't talk about Luke Cage because we didn't see it. Neither one of us did.
How did you know I didn't see it?
Because I
You
know
just
you don't,
assuming?
I just assumed because you don't watch TV.
You're damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right I didn't see
I
it.
fully expect to see it, hopefully after Comic-Con. I really want to. I'm hearing nothing but good things. It does the character justice. It does the culture justice, African Americans living in Harlem culture justice, so...
Did a cool little thing in the beginning that the
Yeah,
camera did.
I'm trying to move on like that little glitch didn't happen.
What's up, Kool-Aid Kicks? What up, Fred? What up, Gilbert? What up, Atten? What up, Kai Williams? Met Atten at TwitchCon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very nice.
Very cool.
Gray, AJ, hello, Comboy, mid-game, hello, everybody.
Everybody, thank you all so much for joining us once again on Wulff Den Live. We have not been bought by Vince McMahon and the Smashing Pumpkins yet.
And the Smashing Pumpkins?
Yeah. Did you hear about that? You probably didn't hear
No,
about
I didn't hear about
You know TNA Wrestling?
Yes.
They've been going through some financial problems, and the rumor has it that they've been bought half by Vince McMahon and half by Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Vince McMahon and the WWE will own their video library, and Billy Corgan will own everything else.
Why? Is he a fan? Or does he just have a lot of money?
I guess he has enough money and likes bad wrestling.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
Guys, this week's Comic-Con.
Yes,
New
New
York
York
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
We'll be there.
We will. If you see us, come say hi. Don't be afraid. We will be more afraid of you than you will be of us.
Change of plans. Previously, I said that I would be at the Busted Tees booth at 2:30 from 2:30 on. Change of plans. Before 2:30, I will be at the Busted Tees booth on Thursday. Friday and Saturday, you just got to come find me. And you will be there Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I will definitely be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I was going to try and go in tomorrow just to hang out outside and be a butthole on the streets, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. But I will definitely be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yeah.
I have turned off the Twitch because I feel like it's too much. Too many pipes.
Okay.
So you got to come to YouTube for that.
Sorry, everybody on Twitch. It's just... We should really just focus on the YouTube thing. I mean,
I know.
We're not there yet.
I'm just letting the Twitch chat know. I turned off the valve. The pipes were too clogged. All right. So for the first things first. Go over to my desktop here. Oh no, you can't see my notes. Fantasy Movie League. Every single week, we go over our Fantasy Movie League. This past week, I forgot to do it. The first week that I forgot to do it, so it does the picks from the previous week. I got effed.
Yeah.
I got effed in the b-hole. So overall, we got Gray's Silly Movie Manders, number 1. Fernando's Cineplex, number 2. 3 Skyplex. 4 AJ. 5 me. And last week, let's see what everybody did last week. It's not possible that I'm number 1. That is not possible.
From last week?
Yeah. Did I pick the right one? Isn't that how this works?
Oh, you're the one actually doing it.
Why is this? Oh. Fernando and Bobbiance tied for first. Bob Hargenblatz is third. AJ fourth. There's no way I'm winning this right. Cineplex is 5. So that's our Fantasy Movie League. If you want to join us every week, the link is in the description. We are not affiliated by them. But if you win the overall thing, we'll give you a $100 Amazon gift card. And the 2 runners-up get t-shirts. Yay! And that's it.
All right.
So, do you have any Comic-Con news? Anything we should know going into
the actual event?
Yes.
Not that I can think of. I mean, nothing. I mean, everybody's starting to talk about some of their news now. And I'm sure we'll get into it in a second. Yeah, just if you're going, go have fun. Try not to clog the aisles too much because I hate that.
They're going to.
Yeah, and be sure to check our Twitters and our channel because I will probably be complaining a lot about specifically the Funko booth.
Jonathan Garcia says, Bob, you should have waited for the Google phone. Funny you say that. One of the topics I want to bring up. Pixel phone by Google was announced last week. October 4th, it says?
Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
This week. So this is Google's new Nexus phone. It's not Nexus. They dropped the Nexus moniker, and they went straight for Google Pixel. It's just called Google now.
Yeah.
If you don't know, I caved and I bought an iPhone because I want the camera. This is a great camera. I've been an Android user for a million years, and I was gonna wait to see because I was very curious about the next Nexus phone. But the only thing that was keeping me that was making me consider switching to iPhone was the camera, and this phone has an amazing camera, the iPhone 7 Plus.
Right.
This Pixel phone looks awesome. This is an awesome phone.
Yeah.
It says, well, let me read you about the camera. The Pixel and Pixel XL, there's two of them. It's Pixel and the Pixel XL.
Yeah.
Rear camera scores an 89 in DxO mark, the highest rating ever. That benchmark isn't the most consistent measure of good measure, but at least it's an indicator of the sensor's potential in the new Pixel phones. I have to address the elephant in the room and say that the DxO mark scale doesn't include the iPhone 7 Plus for some reason.
You said it didn't include any.
No, it includes the iPhone 7.
Includes the iPhone 7?
Yes.
Okay.
It does not include the iPhone 7 Plus. So the Pixel XL rear camera has a better phone than the iPhone 7.
Right.
But it is still unclear
how it compares to the iPhone 7 Plus. Okay.
Also, who cares what DxO mark says?
Yeah.
It has a 12.3 megapixel resolution with large 1. This is all crap I don't really care about.
Right.
F 2.0 aperture. Google claims that its new camera has the shortest capture time on any mobile camera ever. It has a very quick shutter.
Yeah.
Like when you hit the thing, it takes a picture
done.
immediately. Google claims that its new camera has the shortest capture time on any mobile camera ever. There's also very intricate gyroscope-based video stabilization on board. However, there's no optical image stabilization for stills. Google isn't shy in pressing this as the best smartphone ever. So, not having optical image stabilization is interesting. That means that they're very confident in the software that they have to.
Which, is very, especially with like camera technology, you still want like optical stabilization and things like that.
What I need is a good video camera. I take videos of this thing.
Yeah.
So, I need to see raw videos. I don't need none of these gimmicky. I need like a good raw video that's just uploaded straight to YouTube. Because when I took this thing out at night when I was at TwitchCon, took some fantastic videos.
Right.
You can see that in the video that I put up on the channel. I am interested in this phone. The phone's supposed to have amazing battery life. It's supposed to be, a great little Android phone, which is everything that I wanted. But that camera. Also, what I learned, Will.
Yes, Bob?
Is that, in particular, for Snapchat.
You were telling me about this.
Snapchat always ran like garbage on my OnePlus One, and I just figured it was because they just didn't optimize the app for OnePlus, because who cares about OnePlus?
Yeah.
Turns out it doesn't use the camera API of Android. It takes a screenshot of the camera app. So and even the video is screen recording the camera app. That's why it looks like garbage. And Snapchat doesn't, they've said we're focusing on iOS. We don't really care about Android. So Snap's never going to look good on Android.
Yeah. Which, I mean, for the
Not
most
important
part,
for everybody. That's not important for
for
everybody.
the most part, like this is common of like every app developer because they'll focus on iOS because it's unified. They just make one app for one ecosystem and
Right.
that's it. Whereas on Android, it's so fragmented they have to make like 10 different apps for 10 different types of phones and software and things like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if other apps like Twitter and Facebook, because when you use the in-app camera,
Yeah.
it looks like garbage.
Yeah.
I always just use the regular camera. But then my OnePlus camera app was garbage. So,
Yeah.
but I'm aware that not everybody has those issues. Not everybody has Snapchat.
Yeah.
So,
But it's
different use cases.
It's an example of a larger issue potentially.
Yes. I want a social media machine.
Right.
That's what this is for. So, I'm happy with my purchase. I am still curious to see what the video is going to look like on this Pixel device, but I do not have buyer's remorse yet.
Yeah.
Anyway. So there you go.
All right.
That's my Nexus Pixel rant. Any cool panels? Common Boy asks. About,
I
Comic-Con?
honestly did not look at panels yet. Honestly, like I was just gonna go in cold and see what happens. I'm sure there are. There usually is. It's not called Hall H in New York Comic Con. I forgot what it's called. It used to be the IGN Theater. It's the main theater. Don't bother with that. That's the one that's always crowded that you're never gonna get into.
That's the one you need to wait online now
Yeah.
and for a panel on Saturday and just sit through all the other panels.
Yeah, and just to see the Walking Dead cast, talk about how this season Daryl's gonna do something cool, Yeah, I haven't been to a panel. I was at a panel last year because a friend invited me to it. But other than that, I haven't really been to like a panel.
I used to love going to the
Yeah.
panels, but lately I haven't really. You know what? I've been going to the convention late and leaving early.
Yeah.
Just like having a real leisurely time, just walking around the floor.
Yeah.
And like hanging out with people. And I'd rather do that.
Yeah, I remember one year I went to a panel. We went to, I forget what Wes Craven movie was coming out, but it was that panel, and then we waited for Kevin Smith to come on. And I just felt bad because the Wes Craven panel was dead. And like nobody was excited. Nobody was like saying anything. And I'm just like, this man gave us Freddy Krueger. He deserves better. And
The
then
audio went out of sync. So
Oh,
you
great.
keep talking.
All right. And the year after that, we went to my friends and I. We went to the panel room and we stayed for like 5 panels in a row. We saw the Lucasfilm panel. They talked about Crystal Skulls before we realized that was bad. We saw the Dark Knight trailer before it came out. Saw the Speed Racer trailer before it came out, and we all realized that was bad. But the Hellboy 2 panel, and that was cool because Guillermo del Toro had all the monsters come out, like the practical effect monsters, and just hang around on stage. And he's like, they'll be walking around the show floor so you can take pictures with them. And we did. I was trying to think. Oh, there was an Incredible Hulk panel, and this was like right when Marvel was starting their movie cinematic universe, and that was cool to see like it go from like a really small humble beginning to the mammoth it is now. And then what was funny was the last panel we stayed at was for Frank Miller's Spirit movie. They came out with the cast and he was talking a little bit, and then the trailer came on, and then everybody left the panel. Nobody was happy with that trailer. Everybody left the panel. And that movie was bad. That movie was really bad. I can honestly say that is one of the worst comic book movies I have ever seen. I think the worst part is, Frank Miller kept saying, he's a great friend of Will Eisner, and Will Eisner will love this movie. Will Eisner would have turned in his grave if he knew what happened in that movie. We good?
That's a thumbs up.
All right, we're good. I can stop rambling on
So
about.
what's going on? This camera keeps like flickering. Are you noticing that? On the stream, it looks like it's like flickering.
I
I think
haven't.
that's what's like making it out of sync. It's being weird.
Yeah.
It could be the capture card. We today we're using a different cable, HDMI cable, because we broke the last one. It was breaking.
It was breaking.
And then last night I went to plug it into the camera, and it just
Yeah.
completely fell apart.
It probably is the coupler we're using.
I don't
I
know,
wouldn't be surprised.
because I did screw around with this capture card last night. I don't know.
yeah.
I didn't really do anything though. I only set the capture. You can set the resolution of just when it's not connected to a computer, and I did that. I played around with that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So the consensus is you're not going to any panels.
Probably not. No. Unless I can sneak into one.
Yeah, I'm not waiting on. I don't do lines,
Yeah, that's the problem.
and Comic-Con's a lot of lines.
It really is.
The only thing that I want, I think tomorrow, because I am going to get there early, and
Yeah.
with an exhibitor badge, so I'll be able to be in there early. I want to try to get Mega Bloks has an exclusive Titan, Destiny Titan.
Okay.
I want to try to get that,
Nice.
but that's really it. That's really all I got for me. Yeah. What do you got for news?
What do I got? I got a couple things for news. Okay, so Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Very controversial movie.
Why is that back?
Well, because something we all thought was going to happen is happening.
Emerald says, so how about that Suicide Squad extended cut?
Oh, look at you getting all jumping the gun there. Yes. Warner Brothers has confirmed that they will be releasing an extended cut of Suicide Squad. It will be available on digital download November 15th and on Blu-ray at December 13th.
Oh, they said that they weren't going to do that.
They never said that.
Didn't they say they were? Oh, they didn't say. They said there wasn't a director's cut.
It's very... Because here's the thing. We know there are two completely different versions of this movie. I was holding up 4 fingers for the podcast listeners. We know there are two completely different versions of this movie. There is the David Ayer cut and the Warner Brothers let's try to make this all happy sunshine cut. And the final product that we all saw in the theaters is a combination of the two. And regardless of what you thought of the movie, you could tell that there was a lot missing from that film. There's a lot of things from the trailers that didn't make it into the final movie. There's a lot of like backstage stuff that you heard about that wasn't in the movie. Things in the movie didn't really like go from one scene to the next very well, and the lot was left, you wanting to know what happened. So we're getting the extended cut. We don't know if this is going to be David Ayer's cut, if this is going to be Warner Brothers' cut. Is this going to be just a longer version of the amalgamated cut that we got?
Definitely that.
You think so?
Yes, because David Ayer doesn't want to do a cut. So whose cut is this?
That was it. Yeah, David Ayer said like, "This is my cut of the movie." That's probably just him trying to like save face and stuff.
Right.
I mean, I've seen the Batman vs Superman extended cut. It did make the film better, but it did not make the film good.
Okay.
So
I did hear from people that it did make the film good.
there's only so much you can do because, I mean, Superman still makes this face the whole movie.
Yeah, Superman was not good in that movie.
There's still the Martha scene.
Right.
There's still, Batman still is a jerk. Like, he's just straight up a jerk. There's only like so much you can do to make that movie better. Suicide Squad, at least like maybe adding the extra scenes can help it make more sense and help elevate it to be a legitimately good movie rather than just a passably entertaining movie, which is as high as praise I can give it. I have a problem with this in that they can't keep doing this. They can't keep, releasing movies to theaters that aren't well received and then releasing the extended cut or the director's cut or whatever the hell you want to call it months later and trying to say like, no, this is the actual version. It's a really crummy way to make us see the movie twice and potentially pay for the movie twice.
Yes.
They can't keep doing that. They can't do that for Wonder Woman. They can't do that for Justice League. This is just bad business. It's just bad business. You're not endearing yourselves to the fans. Yeah, we all like a director's cut or extended cut every once in a while, but you can't do this for every movie. I hate comparing them to Marvel, but every time a Marvel movie comes out, the directors say like there's more to this movie that we had to cut, but they never release a director's cut or extended cut because they know that like what we put out is what we want you to see.
Are you also upset by other movies that are good and also have an extended cut, like The Lord of the Rings?
No, I mean, if a movie is good and it gets extended cut, that's one thing. I mean, that's just a little bit more of a movie you liked already. I mean, sometimes you could see why like things were cut, but that's one thing.
Keep talking because the audio's asking.
Oh, great.
I might resort to a drastic measure.
If a movie is bad and it comes out and it's bad, trying to save it by saying there's more to this movie that you didn't see, it just reeks of corporate desperation, them trying to make a film better. As far as I know, that's only ever worked twice, and both times were Ridley Scott movies, Blade Runner and Kingdom of Heaven. Both those movies came out, were not good. Then all of a sudden they put out Ridley Scott's director's cuts of those movies, and it magically transformed them into better films. The camera is not available right now. I just saw that come up on YouTube.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
That's normal.
So you'll be getting this without video. You'll be able to listen to this like the podcast listeners do.
Eventually there'll be video.
Okay.
I tried to switch to the Elgato, but it didn't work.
Okay. So yeah, what do you guys think though about this Suicide Squad extended cut nonsense garbage?
AJ said, "Stupid ass spear."
Yeah.
You have to repeat what I said.
AJ said, "Stupid ass spear." Yeah, that was a dumb thing that was still in the movie. Let's see what else we got here. Mohammed Hader, yeah, but most of what matters is what we see in theatrical release. Not many people will watch the extended cuts. That's true too. That's what I've tried to argue before, that regardless of the director's cuts or the extended cuts, the theatrical version is what's canon. That's what's going to count from movie to movie to movie. Like, I guarantee you they're not going to reference anything from the extended cut of Batman vs Superman in Justice League. What else we got here? Video's back, by the way.
Yeah.
That's true too. That's what I've tried to argue before. That regardless of the director's cut or the extended cut.
Fred Bushy, can they just say the DC movies are Earth 2 or 3 and restart? I mean, they're probably going to go that way. That's why they call it the DC Extended Universe rather than the Cinematic Universe, because they're trying to make it seem like all the TV shows and the movies and the animated stuff, it's all part of the same universe. It's just, different parts of the multiverse, which to me is just a way of saying we didn't think this through and we didn't make a cohesive universe, so we're just saying it's an extended universe. It's a multiverse, if you will, because that saved us before. But in their defense, that might be for the best, because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. started off connected to the cinematic universe, and now it's not anymore, because Marvel TV and Marvel movies don't really get along right now. What else we got here? Bob wanted me to clap. I'm just looking through to see what else you guys have to say about Suicide Squad. Luther Lang says there's a good 2 seconds of delay between audio and video.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Bob Hargenblast, stop making a crap cut, a half decent cut. At least just release the half decent cut first in theaters. Yeah, I'm hoping that with Jeff Johns now being in charge of DC Films, the fact that there's someone like a central figure in charge of everything, that isn't Zack Snyder, I feel like will help because that will, at least make sure everything is on point, everything is, in line with what it should be, especially with Jeff Johns, and it'll just, correct the ship from there. Why don't Marvel TV and Marvel movies get along with each other? It's really weird. Kevin Feige, who runs Marvel movies, hates. He wasn't getting along with Ike Perlmutter, who runs Marvel everything. Kevin Feige went and complained to the heads of Disney, and they're like, "Okay, we'll separate Marvel films from Marvel, and you answer straight to Disney." So everything else, the Marvel TV shows, Marvel Netflix stuff, that all still is under Ike Perlmutter and Marvel. So that's why they're not getting along. It's because from a business standpoint, they don't have to, and they can't, but they can. I mean, they still reference each other and whatnot, but
Clap again? Because the camera just flickered. I fixed it, but the camera flickered again.
Yeah, everybody's saying it's fixed, and it flickered again.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Still is under Ike Perlmutter and Marvel. So that's why they're not getting along because from a business standpoint they don't have to.
Fall out of sync again.
No, it's still in sync. It flickered. It flickered. It's good.
Okay.
All good.
Okay. So hopefully I don't have to vamp much longer.
If it does that again, you're just not getting video.
Okay.
Too bad.
You should come up with a technical difficulties graphic that you can just throw
Just
up.
put my butt up.
Don't
Just put a big picture of my butt.
don't do
How
that.
about that?
Ugh.
Why doesn't Disney just fire Ike Perlmutter?
I don't know if they
Tevye says.
can. Like, I did a
Feel like
video
he's
about
too
this
rich.
a while back about the lunacy of Ike Perlmutter. There must have been something in the contract when like Disney bought Marvel that he can stay on as like chairman or whatever. But
So, I'm sorry, I missed it. Before I asked, well, you said if it's a good movie and it has an extended cut, that's fine.
yeah.
So you're not against extended
I'm not
cuts.
against. No, I'm not against extended cuts. I'm against releasing bad movies. I'm not even against releasing bad movies and then down the road releasing an extended cut of it to try and fix it. I'm against this practice of, releasing a bad movie, knowing it's a bad movie. Everybody gets upset, and then you go, "Oh, don't worry, we have an extended cut of it that fixes everything," even though it really doesn't. And then you release that, and it's a way to force us to see your movie twice, to pay for it again.
Do you think this is specifically an issue with Warner Brothers movies?
It's specifically becoming an issue with their DC films? Because Batman vs Superman was one thing. Now they're doing it with Suicide Squad. This is becoming a trend.
Are they claiming that it fixes the movie? Or
They're not claiming it fixes the movie.
like who's the one who's saying that?
I am.
You're the one who's saying that they're doing it.
Right, because it's very obvious that the stuff was removed from Suicide Squad that could have helped that movie.
Okay.
So by coming out with an extent, because remember, people said that Batman vs Superman, the extended cut of that, fixed the movie. So now,
Now they're like, maybe people will think this one will fix
exactly. But again, we don't know if this is more David Ayer's vision or more the Warner Brothers vision, or if it's again going to be some weird amalgamation of the two. But maybe we'll finally get that scene where we see Joker's face half burnt, which is
Yeah.
in all the
the
trailers,
movie. Why?
but not in the movie. And they made a Funko Pop of it, which is exclusive at New York Comic Con. Maybe I'll buy it after I wait online. I will be at the Funko booth Sunday at 1:30. Come and chat with me then, and I will make a scene.
Oh, I forgot to mention, if you come and find me, I will give you a sketch card. I'm making sketch cards. So I guess you already talked to the chat about that, about what they think.
Yeah, for the most part.
So, are you gonna watch it? Are you gonna buy it and watch it?
I'm gonna watch it. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna spend money on it. I'll bootleg it. I don't care.
He'll borrow it from a friend.
I will
that-
borrow
that
it
he-
from a friend.
that he doesn't know.
Who am I kidding? Fellow will probably buy it and I'll borrow it from him.
I want to go to a new segment, Will.
A new segment.
A new segment. I want to create a segment for this podcast.
Okay.
Insert little audio cue here. Maybe we'll revisit this. A
Okay.
little test. I remember back in the day, we had an idea where we dug into our backlog of video games, picked a random one,
Yes.
and then we played it and did a Let's Play.
yes.
Nobody cares about Let's Plays. So, we have an Excel spreadsheet from a while ago. It's not up to date.
Oh yeah.
Of all of it's our game catalog.
Yes.
And what I thought would be cool is if I go to the random number generator, pick a random number, we go to that game, and we talk about it for a little bit.
Okay.
So this is all of our backlog. Most of it, I would say, a good portion of it is Xbox 360 games.
Yeah, I believe that's
So chances are this is going to be an Xbox 360 game. Like I said already, it's not up to date,
Yeah.
but you might get some cool stuff. Some like retro games or something. So there's 452 items on the list.
Okay.
Random number generator between 1 and 452. Again, it's not up to date. We have more than that.
Mhm.
Generate 387. Where does that take us? 387 is
What?
it's Mass Effect. Mass Effect for Xbox 360. Hoot doggy. Let's talk. Well, you know what? I'm glad it's not Mass Effect 2 because I only played Mass Effect 1.
Wait, Mass Effect 2's on there?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Underneath that was Max Payne. I thought it was Mass Effect 2.
Okay.
We don't have Max Payne 1 and 2?
We do.
No, oh, that's Xbox 360. Okay.
Yeah.
It's sorted by
By console.
console.
Okay. So Mass Effect, the first one. I started to like that game when I played it. But the problem with that game, it's an RPG. It's a full-fledged RPG. You have to level everything up. You have to manage your team and stuff. You have to do a lot of exploring, a lot of backtracking. All that's, for the most part, was fine. My problem with it was that for the majority of the game, it's a third-person cover shooter. And it's a bad third-person cover
Right.
shooter. It's a very bad third-person cover shooter.
It was made in a time when they didn't have that figured out.
Right.
Gears of War was pretty much the only one doing it right.
Yeah.
And I don't even think Gears of War is that great. I played Mass Effect after it had already been out for a long time.
Yeah, so did I.
Like a few years later.
Yeah, I think I bought it on because it was like $10 at Target.
When did it come out?
It came
Mass
out?
Effect. Did it come out like around launch? Oh, the Xbox 360?
Maybe like a year or two after launch.
Because it feels like an old, like
Yeah,
Xbox
no,
360 game.
it's like one of the
November
original.
20th, 2007.
And the
Xbox-
360 came out in 2005.
5?
Yeah,
So 2 years later.
yeah,
I didn't play it till at least 2009 or 10.
yeah.
I think 9. I want to say 9 because
Yeah,
I remember it
I'm-
wasn't that long, and I felt like I could play it, and then I did, and I was not happy.
Yeah, when did Mass Effect 2 come out? Because I know
Let's see.
I know I definitely played it before Mass Effect
2010.
2. 2010.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember January 2010. So it was definitely 2009 because I was in anticipation of Mass Effect 2.
Yeah.
And I couldn't beat it because I wasn't into it.
Right.
I remember I got up to the what's it called? The thing that drives on
Oh,
Mars or whatever.
yeah.
That was terrible.
Yeah.
That little like Mars rover thing.
Yeah, a little buggy thing. Yeah.
That was awful, and I couldn't get past that. Like I couldn't. I that was not fun, and I did not want to play.
Yeah,
anymore.
you have to do that a lot.
Yeah.
You know, drive around. I think it's called the Mako.
And that's the game's notorious for that.
Yeah, and they like removed it from later games. Yeah, that was like I was able to get past that because I really liked all the dialogue stuff in that game.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
choosing
that was
dialogue
cool.
options and stuff was cool, and we didn't have that like a
Yeah.
lot. In
Yeah, I
games
think
that
that's one of the reasons why I like playing the Telltale games because you can do all like the really cool dialogue stuff in that. Except there was one scene I'll never forget it. You know, I was talking to somebody and I was trying to like diffuse a situation, and I select a dialogue choice that I thought was a more, peaceful solution, but Shepard shot the guy. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do at all. And I think that's when I stopped playing the game.
I feel like there's extremes.
Yeah.
A lot of these games with dialogue options, there's like major extremes.
Yeah.
There's the hard left road, the hard right road in the middle,
Yeah.
and it's always obvious, except for in your case for some reason. But yeah, a lot of times in a game like that, it'll say one thing in the dialogue tree, and then you'll click on it, and then it'll come out in a way that you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a. I'm not knocking on it for being a dialogue tree game. Those games, like, I'm into that. That was a cool idea, and that did it one of the best. But I'm in there for the gameplay, and the gameplay was not there for Mass Effect.
Apparently, Mass Effect 2 and 3, they did improve the gameplay, and the combat is a lot better, and it's a lot less RPG-ish, and it's a lot more, focused and streamlined with the shooting. And, I would love to, give it another try. Problem is, I know with Mass Effect, you have to play all 3 games
Yeah.
to get everything. And ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm willing to give Andromeda a try. But the trailer that they just released, I wasn't really that thrilled about it.
Yeah, and apparently the Mako's coming back.
Yeah, says... Who said that? Somebody in here said that.
Yeah.
Bob says that part of the game is absolutely unbearable. Mako vehicle part.
Yeah, nobody liked the Mako.
Tevia liked it.
Nice.
Jonathan asks if I just scratched my nipple. I definitely did. Tevia says the Hammerhead was far better than the Mako. Is that? I guess that's a different.
Yeah, I don't know which game that was.
Everybody was disappointed in the end of Mass Effect 3, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
I mean, from what I've saw, like it's not a bad ending. The problem is, like, of all the multiple endings, they were all pretty much the same. And the whole point of Mass Effect was, the story is unique to you. But by the time you got to the end, it felt like it didn't matter because everybody pretty much got the same story. It's just, I forgot what it's called. The teleportation thing blew up in a different color.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, all these games are like this. They all like, friggin' Firewatch. None of your decisions made any difference. None of them. And everything was ambiguous, so it felt like it did, though.
Right.
What pissed me off the most in Firewatch is when I got to you go to this area and you find out that this dude's doing messed up stuff, and one of the options is to burn the place down. And I go, no, I don't want to do that. That's like, I don't want to stoop to that level or whatever. And the whole place burns down anyway. So it's like nothing matters.
Yeah. You know what I like about the Telltale games like Walking Dead and Batman? Like, it may, it's a similar thing. Like, some of your stuff doesn't really matter, but they do a really good job of making it feel like it did.
Yeah. That's
like,
fine.
In Walking Dead, not to get into spoilers for the first Walking Dead game, but all your choices throughout the game, there's a part at the end of the game where like they sit you down and a guy berates you for everything you did in that game. And like that just made you feel like a jerk.
That's what's important. You have to make it feel like you made an impact.
I mean, all it takes is that little Clementine will remember this, like in the corner. Or rather, Catwoman will remember this.
AJ says, Will can't play Mass Effect. He still has to finish Doom.
Almost done. Almost done. I got 2 levels left. You want that stupid game? It doesn't let up. Like you walk into a room and they will throw every single monster in the game at you. Every single one in waves. So like you'll have to fight like 2 cacodemons and a couple of zombies. And you'll have to fight 3 cacodemons and a bunch of zombies. Then 4 cacodemons, 2 demon knights, 4 beast runners, 10 pinkies, and just on and on and on. The worst was I was fighting a boss. It took me forever to beat him. I finally did, and the game's like, oh, good, you beat this boss. Fight him again right now. No, don't just fight him. Fight his twin brother at the same time. Go.
I'd like to take a
It's
moment.
very good. It's a very good game. I can't stress that enough.
I'd like to take a moment.
Yes.
Just look at the new evolutions in the new Pokemon game. Here you go. Here they are. We got the new Pokemon Sun and Moon evolutions. We've got all different colors. We've got Dartrix, Terracat, and Brion. Now you remember what they look.
Yes.
This is the second evolution, I guess.
Okay.
So you remember there was the cat, there was the owl, there was the dog-looking thing.
Seal.
Seal dog thing.
Yeah.
It was like a seal dog thing.
Yeah.
Do you remember that the seal dog thing was looking a little boyish? It was like a boy in like a tutu. No, it wasn't a boy in a tutu. I'll pull up a picture.
Was it? I didn't really.
Pokemon Sun and Moon starters. Here you go. Look at that. I guess it's ambiguous.
Yeah, I mean, I never really think of Pokemon having a gender. For the
Well, did
most
you
part.
assume it's gender?
Not really. I mean,
Because how dare you if you did?
yeah.
But
The only ones I assume like Nidoran because they actually put the gender in it.
that's true. A lot of people did assume it's. You know what it is? Looks like it might have a little bit of a mustache, but it's just whiskers.
Right.
The tutu thing is kind of around its neck. But its second evolution is most definitely a female. Or it's got eyelashes, so it
Right. So that
gives the
in
illusion.
anime that
I'm
indicates
sorry, I'm
female.
assuming.
Yes.
And I shouldn't do that. Please don't unsubscribe. But yeah, everybody's pissed. Kotaku wrote a whole article about how it's feminine looking. People think it's people thought that the original evolution was ugly. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
fine.
what do you?
I believe this is a generation that has all feminine middle staged starter Pokemon, and I will not be playing the demo version. Kind of takes away from the excitement of the release date anticipation, in my opinion. Rowlet's middle evolution is an emo kid? Well, great. See, people are like pissed. Why is Brioni gay, though?
Really?
What if it's just a girl? Why? Why is that a bit? And what if it is? I guess Pokemon are like animals. It doesn't really matter what they are.
if you have
Dolphins screw the same sex all the
yeah,
time.
so do monkeys. so
Actually,
do-
they all do.
Yeah.
All animals do. I've seen dogs do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Our dog did it.
if you got a problem with the gender of a fictional animal in a kids game,
And you
need to
don't
see the sun.
And you don't even know what the gender is.
Yeah.
You don't even know. We have no idea. I think it would be interesting if the gender could change when it evolves.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
What are you gonna do like when they finally make the Doctor Who turn into a girl?
Looks like the Christians are gonna boycott this game again. Liv Turok says, "Who cares?"
Seriously.
I say the same thing. Ryle? I can't. We say it all the time, and for some reason, I don't know what for. He says that cricket is awesome. There's a cricket.
Oh, wow.
There's a cricket here. Oh yeah, I live with that thing all
Yep.
day and night. Bob Hagenblast wants us to gender assume. Guy number 20 is triggered, and you know what? His whole life is being triggered. His whole life in this chat is being triggered.
Yeah.
Everybody's pissed at me for assuming gender. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it.
You gotta go easy on him. He's a straight white man.
I don't see Pokemon. Mohammed says, pretty sure some dolphins stick their penises in blowholes.
I wouldn't be surprised. Dolphins are weird animals.
Is that a different I got nothing. I don't know. Is that a different sexual identity? If you only stick it in blowholes?
I don't know.
Is that what a
I'm not-
pansexual is?
Dario says Pokemon started sucking after the original ones. I mean, I only play the original ones.
I played a little bit of Ruby and Sapphire. This is like years later. I forgot how much grinding you have to do in the beginning of those games.
Are you seeing this glitch that I'm seeing?
It is like choppy.
Well, hopefully the audio's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played X and Y, or one of them, but it was fine. I'm gonna restart the thing. Do you have any more stories?
I do. I have.
All right, you start.
I have two real quick.
Let's fire those out.
So
And then we'll get into the chat.
Going back to comic book related movie news, director James Mangold and Hugh Jackman have revealed information on their third and final Wolverine film. It is being called Logan. It will come out on March 3rd of next year. James Mangold tweeted out a picture of the poster, which I will get up on screen as soon as I can. It is a picture of Wolverine's claws and a little boy holding his hand. In addition to this, Manigault tweeted a picture of the second page of the script. And on that page, the very first line of dialogue that Logan says is the F word. Now, right after Deadpool came out, Fox said, "Oh, you like R-rated superhero movies? Next Wolverine movie is going to be rated R. Thumbs up." And everybody was like, "Oh, come on, that's not what we wanted out of Deadpool. That's not the lessons we wanted you to learn." Even though an R-rated Wolverine movie does kind of make sense. And if later down on the page, again, this is the second page of the script, so this is like 2 minutes into the movie, Wolverine's claws come out at the bottom of the page, like right there. So it really makes it seem like they're really going for this whole R-rated superhero movie, and they really want you to know that it's going to be an R-rated superhero movie. They're really...
I believe you're back.
Okay.
Just give me some claps. It looks like you're back.
Okay. Somebody in the chat, please tell me if I'm back or not.
The stream came back up for me, but it's not at the right spot yet.
Okay, now I got the spinning disc thing.
Yeah, I got the spinning disc thing.
The cricket's going, guys. Nobody's got anything.
Interesting. Sounds only. Lower. I think you just gotta give it a minute.
Okay. Stream still busted.
It says no data, but I am streaming. Is it a separate stream? Did it start a new stream maybe? It says we're live, but it also says no data. Oh, you're texting.
Oh, we're back. We're back. Thank God. I was downloading Periscope to try and get that going again. So So, hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry about that. This is what happens when you try to update XSplit on a Hackintosh.
Hey, this is the Windows side, all right, buddy?
This is what happens when you try to update XSplit on on a bootleg Windows on a that's been dual booted into a Hackintosh.
Copy of Windows.
All right.
You got it all wrong about my computer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, the best part of this is that we won't have to edit it because
It's all one.
It's all one.
Yeah,
or
so
it should be anyway.
Okay.
Um,
So, as I was saying, it looks like they really want you to know the new Wolverine movie is going to be rated R. In fact, to quote this is what it actually says in the script for the description of the scene. Now might be a good time to talk about the fights described in the next 100 or so pages. Basically, if you're on the make for a hyper choreographed, gravity defying, city block destroying CG fuckathon, this ain't your movie. In this flick, people will get hurt or killed when shit falls on them. They will get just as hurt or just as killed as if they get hit by something big and heavy like, say, a car. Should anyone in our story have the misfortune to fall off a roof or out a window, they won't bounce, they will die. So they're really going for a very brutal, very, very not superhero-like superhero movie.
I just really hope that they're not forcing it.
Yeah.
Deadpool didn't feel forced.
No.
It felt necessary.
Yes. Deadpool, everything felt natural. Everything felt like it needed to be there.
When you say fuckathon, that's not natural.
Yeah.
It's 51 minutes.
Yeah, I
you
figure.
cursed.
I just figured, a minute or so after the silence.
Yes. So yeah, I'm a little worried, but the one poster we got looks cool.
Yeah, it does.
Do you think that is X-23?
I don't know if that's X-23. I believe X-23 is definitely in this movie.
Mm.
I just don't know if that child's hand is X-23's.
Okay. You think maybe X-23 is an adult?
Yeah, definitely older.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just scared.
Yeah,
I'll see it. Who cares?
I still haven't seen The Wolverine, which I heard isn't bad.
It's okay.
Yeah.
That's the one in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that one was all right. It was pretty bad.
That's a movie where I heard the director's cut actually does make it better. That's another one. But, the X-Men aren't a franchise known for releasing... Actually, no, I shouldn't say that because they have done that. There's X-Men 1.5. There's... I believe there's an extended cut of X-Men Origins Wolverine. There's the extended cut of The Wolverine. There's the Rogue cut of Days of Future Past, which just puts Rogue back in the movie.
Rogue back in the movie?
Yeah. They cut all of her scenes.
Oh.
And they made a big deal that Rogue's going to be in the movie, and then they cut all of her scenes. But then they just put her back in the movie.
That's very strange. So they did that. All right. No, that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I had one other thing.
What is it?
They're casting women for the Han Solo movie. In the lead role, the lead female. Thor Ragnarok star Tessa Thompson, upcoming Power Rangers movie star Naomi Scott, and X-Men First Class star Zoe Kravitz are all apparently in the running for the lead in the Han Solo movie.
What do you think they'd be doing?
I think they might be playing that woman Stana, who came out as his wife in the Marvel
okay.
series.
Who I thought was a lion, but
Right.
it turned out it was not at
Yeah.
all the case.
I mean, I think that could be it, but who knows? Maybe they're playing because they're all of darker complexion, so maybe they're like Lando's sister or something.
You're assuming
You're
assuming race there,
I'm
Will.
assuming
this
that-
is the most sexist, racist
That
podcast
was-
I have ever heard in my life.
That can't be true.
Maybe it's just a lion woman.
Maybe.
Guys, this is the point of the podcast where we dig into the comments and questions and all that garbage. You can tweet us using the hashtag Wulff Den Live. We will answer you there. You can, if you're listening to this afterwards, you can leave a comment on the previous Wulff Den Live.
I'm going to that right now.
Okay, you go to that. We got a donation, Will. You can also give us a donation.
Yeah.
We'll definitely answer your question then. Mo New Guy donated $10. He says, "Hey guys, this is the first time that I get to watch the live show. I discovered you guys not too long ago, and I've been binge watching your videos for the past few days. You guys are awesome. Thank you,
Thank you
Mo
so
New Guy, and
much.
thank you for supporting the channel. You just did so much more than what is that? What's $10? What is that like? 10,000 views?
Yeah, something like that.
You just watched 10,000 of our videos.
Yeah.
Thank you. Previous Wulff Den Live. I'm sorry. Hashtag Wulff Den Live on Twitter. Don't Fusion Riptide says, don't forget to admit you were wrong. He's talking about me.
Yeah.
Because I screwed up last week. Remember we had a little argument
Yes.
over whether or not a hot dog is a sandwich. It turns out, Will, that it is indeed a sandwich. The previous argument was that it is not two pieces of bread, it is one piece of bread.
Right.
However, the definition of a sandwich on Merriam-Webster.com or whatever the hell it's called, 2 or more slices of bread or a split roll having a filling in between.
Right.
So a hot dog's a split roll,
Yes.
making a hot dog a sandwich.
Yes.
So I apologize for any sort of, I gave you guys the wrong idea, and I'm very sorry.
Yes.
So a hot dog is indeed a sandwich. Cheesecake is still pie, though.
Justin Coley on the same subject. He's trolling for the most part. Cheesecake is a sandwich. Chocolate is a type of fruit. Burgers are a vegetable. But he says pizza is a type of pasta. Now, if you think about it, it kind of is.
Yes.
Because it's got all the same components of a pasta. Bread, sauce, cheese, maybe some meat.
Whoa. You can't say bread like it's part of pasta. You can't do that.
What do you think pasta is?
Pasta, it's noodles.
It's
wheat based, but
it's grains, and bread is grains.
but you're not boiling the bread. You boiled. Okay, here we go.
No.
Pasta. God, there's so many pictures of pasta on my screen right now.
I know he's wrong, but
Did
you
you know-
could make the argument that he's right.
Did you know the first reference dating back to 1154 in Sicily? Pasta is a staple food of traditional Italian cuisine, similar to pizza.
Yeah.
With first reference, blah, blah. It is also commonly used to refer to a variety of pasta dishes. Okay, this is a shitty definition. Typically, pasta is a noodle made from an unleavened dough of a durum wheat flour mixed with water or eggs and formed into cheese. It said typically, so this is ambiguous.
Yeah.
Then cooked by boiling or baking. It can also be made with flour from other cereals or grains. Pastas may be divided into 2 broad categories: dried pasta and fresh pasta. So I'm going to go ahead and say that pizza is definitively not pasta
Right.
unless you break up the crust and boil it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
AJ says spaghetti is a sandwich, and now we've gone too far.
People are asking me my thoughts on Superman issue 8. I have not read it, but I'm going to, because apparently it's a really touching tribute to Darwin Cook, and anything involving Darwin Cook should be read.
Is that the last thing from last week's Wulff Den Live? Did you get anything else from that?
No, there was one other thing. Awesome Crab. That's why I never pre-order games. You can get something like No Man's Sky. What a waste. Yeah.
I mean, I had a decent time with No Man's Sky.
a lot of people are.
But I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
Mohammed said XKCD did a comic on how weird it is if you break down your meal to ingredients. I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's an XKCD comic for everything.
There really is. Fred Bushy will. He basically wants to know if I'm gonna, try to ambush Comics Pop and get on their show. Yes, because they will be at New York Comic Con, and I will do something about it.
Or get him on here.
Yeah, I think he's from Jersey, so
I'm not going to Jersey. He comes here.
I'll go to Jersey. Will have any opinion? Have you read any of Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan? If so, your opinions. I've read a little bit of her original series. That was very good. That was a lot of fun. Don't know where she's at now, currently in her solo stuff, but I'd highly recommend reading Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel stuff.
Guy number 20. Bob, will you sign my head at a Comic-Con? I will 100% sign your head at Comic-Con. You better come say hi to me if you see me, or I'll be pissed. Rael says no Star Wars. We talked about Star Wars for like 2 seconds.
Yeah, a little bit. We talked about the Han Solo movie. I hope that movie's good. Movie better be good.
Jonathan asks, wasn't X-23 in the second movie? I thought X-23 was in...
That was Lady Deathstrike.
Okay.
Different character with adamantium claws and a connection to Wolverine.
Well, all right then. Apparently there's a Marvel character called Cyber who has adamantium arms.
Probably.
He's a Rob Liefeld character.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
His origin, his storylines include him getting his arms ripped off and melted down for Wolverine's claws on 2 separate occasions. Fred asks, Bob, why won't AJ try coffee? This is a little thing that's been going on in the Discord chat.
Oh, yeah.
AJ doesn't like coffee. You don't like coffee.
I've started drinking it.
You started drinking it.
Yeah, I hate myself.
So why did you start drinking it?
Because I need to wake up.
So you drank it out of necessity.
Yeah, pretty
Do
much.
you actually like the taste of coffee?
Not really. Like, I'm mostly
You
forcing
drink
myself
it
to
black
drink.
like a weirdo.
I've started to put stuff in it, like milk and half. And
So you are learning to do it for the taste, not for because you did it black for necessity and you just sucked it up and dealt with the dirt flavor.
If you drink it black, that's forcing you to wake up. You just
Yes.
deal with that really crappy.
So now
taste.
you're starting to actually try to enjoy it.
Yeah, I still haven't found a coffee that I say this is the best coffee.
I don't
kind of
expect
store.
But if you
But,
go into a coffee shop or a Dunkin' Donuts and you smell the coffee, do you want it?
No,
No, you still don't smell it and you're like, that smells good.
I mean it'll smell good, but I don't say I need to have coffee. If I walk into a Dunkin' Donuts, I'll get, I want to have coffee. Maybe I'll get an iced coffee or something. 'Cause that's usually less harsh.
Very interesting. Guy number 20 asks, what games are going to be at Comic-Con? Do you guys know? I don't. Nintendo hasn't been there for the last 2 years.
I thought they were.
I don't think they were.
Huh.
Capcom's usually there.
Yes,
So whatever
Capcom's
Capcom's
usually
got.
there. Konami used to be there, but then they went all jerk on us. And
Yes, they did.
Ubisoft is sometimes there. Square Enix is there a lot.
Square Enix is there, yes.
Yeah.
You'll get Square, Capcom, and I'd say Ubisoft now because of Watch Dogs.
Mhm.
They're pushing hard. So I think you'll get those games.
Yeah. Will, any opinion on Teen Titans Rebirth? I've been really bad and behind on a lot of my comics, and I haven't read Teen Titans Rebirth yet. I heard it's good. I heard they're really trying to make it like the cartoon, which is a little concerning.
Which cartoon?
The original Teen Titans cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank God. All right, one more.
All
Pick
right.
one.
I'm looking. Well, people really want me to show up on Comics Pops. The Comic Pop, I think, is gonna have a panel.
Guys, tell
So I gotta see if I can.
tell Comic Pop that. Don't tell us that.
Yeah.
Tell them that. You guys like that? You guys like that, Cricket? Let me close my Wikipedia tab that has pasta in it.
Daniel Campbell, you guys going to Star Wars Celebration in Orlando?
No. Thank you guys for watching Wulff Den. No, we are not
We
going.
would love to.
Yes, I would. That is
Absolutely.
I basically don't want to go to Disney World until they open the Star Wars
Yeah.
park. Then I'll be interested. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for dealing with all of our technical problems.
Yeah, we are so sorry about that. We hope that does not happen again. If it does,
just listen to the audio podcast.
Yeah.
The audio will be fine. Thank you guys for being here. Later, in about an hour or so, I will be drawing the thumbnail like I usually do. All over on twitch.tv/BobWolf. If you see us at Comic-Con, come say hi.
yes.
Do not be afraid. We are but men.
Yes.
I identify as a woman. So,
Right.
But, you're not supposed to assume
Right.
what my gender is.
You can assume mine. It's fine.
You bigoted piece of garbage. Don't forget about the podcast version of this.
On iTunes,
It's probably
SoundCloud,
better-
and Google Play.
Probably better to just listen to that.
Yeah, tell people to listen to that. Don't watch the YouTube version. But if they do go listen to it, tell your friends to subscribe to us and rate us 5 stars and leave a review, because that does help us with placement
Sure
on
does.
the stores.
Same thing with leaving a like on the YouTube video, comment, blah blah. Last week, I gotta say, last week's podcast, I listened back to it. Very very good stuff.
Yeah, we
Very
have some
stuff
good
in that
podcasts
podcast.
sometimes.
And that thumbnail was,
If you do say so yourself.
if I do say so myself. Also, I'll be giving out sketch cards at Comic-Con, so if you see me, you can come get a sketch card. All right, we'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Oh wait, I don't have the thing open
Nah.
to turn it off. And don't forget about Discord chat. We hang out and stuff after the podcast. After the podcast and basically throughout the day, we just dick around.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah blah. Is Explicit gonna screw up on me again? No, it's good. All right, goodbye.
Bye.